All right.
Something else.
Okay, can we play the video?
So some of them might have thought it was. Some people might have thought, oh, they scared to debate him.
Nah.
Hell,
For
why?
what? No, he's a hireling. He was
Why?
2 years old.
He's 3 years old. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, Most High going to judge your black behind because you can't add to the word.
Right.
You're adding to the word. It has nothing to do with conversion of any Gentiles.
Right.
None whatsoever. You're a damn demon, man.
Yeah, and no, sister, he's not somebody who had a question. We know who he is personally.
Yes, we know.
Yes, we do.
We know who he is personally.
That's right. That's right. They know us personally. That's why they called our name. And they about to find out why their bishop is telling them to run from us.
I can't. I'm sorry.
As he's scratching his head.
A fool is kind of smart when he shut up.
Hey, so he posted a scripture, right?
You just read it.
I mean, I screenshot it, but I didn't. I didn't
go
into it. So I actually turned to it and read it. I'm like,
what they got to do with
what the hell?
Okay, what is it?
He's crazy.
I want to laugh. Make me laugh.
Can we go? Can we go to it real quick? This is why we're not debating it.
Right.
Because he said Abraham converted the
Isaac.
Isaac converted the thousands of Gentiles.
Isaac converted the thousands of Gentiles.
Genesis chapter 26, verse 12. Then Isaac sowed in that land and received in the same year an hundredfold.
I'm sorry.
Damn, you got the sisters laughing. Damn.
Can I tell you something?
Let's read it. Let's read it.
On top.
Read it
again. Then Isaac sowed in that land and received in the same year an hundredfold. And the Lord blessed him. And then the man waxed great and went forward and grew until he became very great, for he had possession of flocks.
So, what is the topic at hand? He sowed in the land, and sowing in the land, a harvest comes from it, right?
Right.
Lord have mercy. He said this verse is talking about converting thousands of Gentiles.
But they are willfully ignorant whenever they're trying to show that somebody else doesn't know what they're talking about.
I just went out and sowed okra seeds in my garden, and I'm expecting some,
Just big okras.
Yeah, I did okras and tomatoes.
Right? And now you about to see the lie, because he just lied on camera. Let's get it. He said about sowing the seed. Seed got nothing to do with converting anybody.
And sowing in the land, a harvest comes from it, right?
Right.
Lord have mercy. He said this verse is talking about converting thousands of Gentiles.
First thing we're going to do, we're going to go to Mark 4. Because I'm sure all them people sitting up in there who watching this thing, if they watch some of those times whenever they go out there on the street, this often comes up. If you don't know what the seed is, why y'all always teach this from Mark 4? I'm about to read it to you right now. Mark chapter 4, verse 3. Hearken, behold, there went out a sower to sow.
And sowing in the land, a harvest comes from it, right?
Right.
Lord have mercy. He said this verse is talking about converting thousands of Gentiles.
How many has heard this verse before? A lot of y'all heard it. Now let's prove the lie. And it came to pass, as he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and the fowls of the air.
So, what is the topic at hand? He sowed in the land.
The fowls of the air came and devoured it up. They devoured up the seed. Right? We're going to drop down to verse 8. And other fell on good ground. So this is the seed that hit good ground.
And sowing in the land, a harvest comes from it. Right?
Check out what happens. And it did yield fruit that sprang up, and increased and brought forth some 30, some 60, and some 100 fold.
Right? Lord have mercy. He said this verse is talking about converting thousands of Gentiles.
That's what that's talking about, right? The seed converts. This one says some brought up 100 fold. Just like it said Isaac did in Genesis 26. 100 fold. It ain't talking about you throwing seeds in your garden. Ha ha. How about that?
I just went out and sowed okra seeds in my garden, and I'm expecting some, Yeah.
Let's go to verse 14 now, so we can clear it up. Mark chapter 4, verse 14. The sower soweth the word. The seed is the word. The seed is the word. Verse 15. And these are they by the wayside, where the word is sown. But when they have heard, they must be talking about people hearing the word. Then it says, Satan cometh immediately. I have heard this verse many times when they're out there in that camp. That's the first thing they say. When somebody get in there start challenging them, they say, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts.
I just went out and sowed okra seeds in my garden, and I'm expecting some, Yeah, I did okras and tomatoes.
I just went out and sowed okra seeds in my garden, and I'm expecting some, I did okras and tomatoes.
Lord has
We're gonna get it. You can't make this up. But he wants us to debate him. Keep reading.
For he has possession of flocks and possession of herds.
So the flocks and herds mean something else. Does that mean Gentiles too?
But they got that vainglory. That vainglory is a powerful drug. But they got the vainglory and they got to correct these old men, when in fact they just walked into a trap.
Who shot you up? Separate the wheat from the oxa. Leap hard to creep in Brooklyn Street. It's on. Stop all that bickering beef. I can hear sweat trickling down your cheek. Your heartbeat sound like Sasquatch feet. Thundering, shaking the concrete. Then the stop when I fall the plot. Neighbors call the cops and they heard mad shots.